Good afternoon, or good evening, I should say. Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel. It is the penultimate Prem Predictions Show. It is week 37, and yes, there's a big game happening at St James's Park this evening. We will touch upon that. We'll also touch upon Ivan Toney's big ban from all football activities, and for 8 months. Yes, very, very big ban. And as you can see, I've been joined by one of my favourite guest on the channel is Mr. Michael from Michael Talks Football. How are you, mate?
Good, Doug. Finally got on the channel. It's been a long time. I think it's been like a couple months at least since I've been on, but always great to be on here to chat with you, Doug. It's been a very interesting season in the Premier League with a lot of interesting results, but now we only got 2 games to go, and I don't know what's going to happen in the relegation race. That's all I'm going to tell you. I think the top 4 is kind of settled, although we could get a surprise and the title is done. But yeah, always good to chop it down, and hopefully we get some interesting results this weekend and the big game tonight.
Absolutely indeed. Guys, get your score predictions in the chat, and also do let us know your thoughts as well. And hello, Sebastian, fresh from a Sweden victory at Eurovision in Liverpool. I mean, I've got to be honest, I didn't think Sweden's song was that great. I actually thought that Cha 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 song from Finland was amazing. I thought that should have won, but there we go. Hope you guys are well. I am very well. I am very, very well. Thank you, mate.
It's all right, Doug. They paid the refs like Barca, so it's okay. That's what Sweden did.
Yeah, a little bit suspicious considering that. Considering I think it's the 50th anniversary of Waterloo, so I can understand. We will obviously get to the games as well, but obviously the big story, Ivan Toney has been banned for 8 months. Michael, how do you feel about this ban? Is it to send out a message that, right, okay, betting is a very, very serious offence, but we have seen in the past that racism was given as sort of an 8-match ban to Luis Suarez, and now basically Ivan Toney gets 8 months.
I mean, how many allegations did he have? Like over 200 cases or something crazy like that, Ivan Toney? I think it was something like that, but I think it's a bit harsh, but also it's good to make a statement. But I agree with you. If racism is getting 8 matches and betting is 8 months, I mean, like, then racism, if you're having any racial behavior, that's 8 months then gone as well. Or it should be years. In my opinion, you should be out of football. Look, it's very funny that they ban him for betting when all we see on sponsors on shirts is betting companies. We all see betting this, betting that, betting this. We always see it in UEFA. We see it in Watford. I think they had a crypto company, they had betting company, and now somebody gets caught betting. Now, look, I don't promote it whatsoever, but obviously betting is a very huge influence in sports, especially in football. People just spend ridiculous money on betting every weekend in the Premier League, Championship, League One, no matter what division. So to get 8 months is a bit harsh. I think if he got, like, let's say, now is it 8 months through the season or including the summer?
Until January 2024, January the 16th, 2024.
Okay, so let's say if he got like 5 months, I could understand. You missed 2 months or 3 months of football. You know, now you got your lesson. Players learned their lesson. But Trippier got, I think, 6 months or 5 months in La Liga. And then Sturridge got banned, I think, for the same amount when he was playing in Turkey, if I remember correctly. It is harsh. And I think they even said that he can't be involved in training. So he's got to do all his training by himself, which I kind of find ridiculous. But hey, you know what? If you're going to ban betting for this long, then you got to do something about the shirt sponsors. That's all I got to say.
100%. 100% agree with you. Hello, hope you are well. Whoops, Daisy. Hello, Red Bird, hope you're well. 8 months is ridiculously harsh. Betting companies should not sponsor clubs. Yeah. Get every betting company of shirts completely. How do you do, chaps? Hello, Redbird. Hope you're good as well. And obviously, speaking of Tony, we'll obviously be missing because Tottenham do play Brentford in a Saturday lunchtime game where, I've got to be honest, Tottenham, they're not getting top four. It's as simple as that. Brentford can definitely, get a top half finish, and I think that's been a very, very good season. But Tottenham. Is it just a simple Spursy season, Michael?
They're just crap. It's as simple as that. They're crap. They're defensively, they're shockingly bad. Attacking-wise, they got Son and Kane. It's been a bit of a down season for Kulusevski. Now look at the midfield. Without Bentancur, there's nothing in that midfield. So if I'm Spurs, the best thing for you is not to get European football. Give it to Aston Villa. Give it to Brentford. I think Brentford are only 4 points behind Tottenham heading into this weekend. So if they win, Brentford are still in a chance to get the 7th position in Conference League football. They'll happily take it. Tottenham fans don't want Conference League football because the last time they were in it, they lost to Mura from Slovenia, some nobody team.
Yeah.
So if I'm Spurs, just get rid of this season. Get rid of it. But the problem for Brentford is, without Toney, I really struggle to see where the goals are going to come and how they're going to be able to transition from defense to attack, because we saw the performance he put at Anfield. Even though he didn't get a goal, I mean, he is some striker. If he didn't get this ban, I think a lot of teams, especially if Kane leaves, he would be perfect at Tottenham. I think even Chelsea should go for Ivan Toney. Even maybe Manchester United. Because Ivan Toney this season, he's really going under the radar because of how well Haaland is doing and the goal scoring of Kane. But Ivan Toney is some striker. He really is. But now with Brentford, you got to look at the likes of Mbeumo to get the goals. To be honest, this game, I'm not going to tune in. I'll be honest, dog. There's other games around Europe that I'm going to tune into. I'll just have a notification on, and I'm expecting it to be 1-1. I just don't think there's motivation for these Spurs players anymore. What motivation do they have? You're done. Your season's done. You've had a terrible season to what the expectation was supposed to be, top 4. And Brentford, they might just come with some motivation saying, okay, we lose Toney, but this is not Toney FC. This is Brentford. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I've got to be honest. I just think with Toney's ban, like you, I struggle to see where the goals come from, but Tottenham or Tottenham. They lose to Aston Villa last week. Look, I thought Villa were the fantastic team last week. I thought they were very, very good against Tottenham. But it is at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 win for Tottenham. But I tell you something, I would not be surprised if this ends either way. It's basically a damp squib of a game because obviously both sides' seasons are practically over. To say the very least. Get your score predictions in the chat, and I will go through them. Hello, Zane. Hope you're well. Hello, Sport Cat as well. Just seen you've started your GCSEs. Maths tomorrow, so we'll be in and out. No problem. Get revising.
Good luck.
Mate. Get
revising. Good
luck. Hella says Spurs.
They are.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely. Sebastian says 2-1 Brentford. Hella says I would have loved you, Tony United. Tottenham 1, Brentford 1. Is 8 months harsh? It's very harsh. It is very, very harsh in our opinions, Shane. Very, very harsh indeed. Banned from all football activities. So it's you can't even train with them. So I think Brentford will beat them 3-1. Says Hella. Zane says 2-2. Sportcast going 3-2 Brentford. Hello, Carl. Hope you're good. 1-1 draw, so the same as Michael as well. Right, the next game. It is at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth against Manchester United. Yes, it is an away game for Manchester United, but Man United fans, you can breathe a huge sigh of relief. This is your last away game. And I'm guessing Erik ten Hag will be pretty pleased about that because Manchester United have had a terrible away record. And a lot of Man United fans, Michael, are not best pleased with the Premier League snubbing Erik ten Hag from the Manager of the Season nominees. Do you think that's fair?
Wait, who are the nominees?
So nominees are Pep Guardiola.
All right.
Arteta. Unai Emery, Roberto De Zerbi, Eddie Howe, and Marco Silva.
I would have Ten Hag over Marco Silva. The rest can stay, but I would have Ten Hag over Marco Silva. Um, Look, I feel like United fans are probably a little bit scared of this away game. Bournemouth are at the beach. Funny enough, Bournemouth is basically a beach town. Shout out to Bournemouth. I used to live there. Cranmere Road, Markham Road. It's a beach town. That's what it is. They got a wonderful 8-mile beach. The players are there. They're chilling. They're drinking pina coladas because they're staying up in the Premier League, which is a great achievement for them. If United don't win this game, I mean, that you don't deserve top four, in my opinion. If you can't go away to Bournemouth who are on the beach, you have to win this game. There's no excuses. Oh, this guy's injured. This guy's injured. You should be beating Bournemouth away. There is no doubt about it. Now, if Bournemouth were in a relegation battle, I would be like, okay, you got a little bit of trouble here. Bournemouth are, I gotta quickly check this. They are now 39 points. Yep, they're safe. They're safe. So they got nothing to play for. If you're Manchester United go away to Bournemouth and win, that's a disappointment. But I'm expecting them because now they understand Liverpool are hot on their tail. Brighton are still coming through in the league. It's not going to be an easy match, and I'm pretty sure the Bournemouth players want to give something to the fans because this is probably the last home game, I believe, for them as well. I'm expecting them for Manchester United to win this game. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy because we see United, they just don't have a lot of good attacking players, and when Marcus Rashford is not in form, they struggle to score goals. So I'm going to go 1-0. It's going to be a narrow win for United.
1-0 Manchester United. Yeah, I was in the sort of the same wavelength. I've gone 2-0 United. I just can't see them losing this game, and with obviously top four on the line, I just don't see them losing. It'll be interesting tonight because obviously Newcastle have Brighton, and I think if Brighton actually win, they probably still are mathematically still in the sort of the top four.
If they win their games in hand, they'll be on 64 points.
Yeah, absolutely.
With 2 games to go.
Apparently, FIFA planning to make it forever. Can he not even play? Yeah, the betting. Yeah. Yeah, pathetic. The Premier League is becoming soft. Who cares about Manchester? Bournemouth 1, Manchester United 1, says Shane. Bournemouth 2, Manchester United 1, mostly because of Man United away problems this season. Yeah, I can understand. Badger Scousper saying Bournemouth 1, Man U are rubbish. Why Gary O'Neill not up? Yeah, that's a good point, actually. We all remember Scott Parker and his Cardigans got sacked after 9-0 defeat to Liverpool. Gary O'Neill comes in. And I think he's done a pretty good job. And all being said, Hella says Emery deserves, in my opinion, what he's done for Villa. 100%. I look at what Villa have done as well. 17th place that Emery was when Villa were when Villa signed Gerrard. He came in when Villa were 17th, and now they're 8th at the moment.
To be honest, all of those managers have a very good case because if you look at what De Zerbi's doing, I mean, it's ridiculous. There's Brighton and Hove Barcelona at this point because the football Brighton play is out of this world.
Michael without a hat, am I dreaming? Says Velvishwan.
Hey, the hair is feeling good today, so no hat.
Carl says 2-0 to Bournemouth. Manchester United can lose, will lose, must lose. No one cares about them. Hate Manchester, everything about Manchester. Solanke, can you do something for me? Imagine if Solanke scores against Manchester United. No Mount. Yeah, absolutely. If everyone get relegated, surely Frank Lampard deserves manager of the decade.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely as well. Another game where you can kind of say is a bit of a dead rubber, but for these two, it's still a London derby. Fulham against Crystal Palace. Both of these sides, well, Palace to an extent. Roy Hodgson, he's came in. He's managed to keep them in the Premier League, and I think big credit has to go to them. But Fulham, I can honestly say from me predicting earlier in the season, I had Fulham to be relegated, and I'm pretty sure most people probably had Fulham to be relegated. But what a job Marco Silva's done. Yeah,
well, Fulham, amazing season. I think I had them 19th or 18th, somewhere around there. So to stay up in the Premier League and without Mitrovic for now, how many weeks it's been since he got that stupid red card at Old Trafford? Now, Marco Silva's done an amazing job. This game is a nothing. They're both in Ibiza drinking caipirinhas and enjoying life. I'll just keep it short and sweet. Great job by Roy Hodgson to keep Crystal Palace in the Premier League. He should not be permanent manager, though. They should be going in a new direction. But I think this game, we always see these weird late Premier League games where there's nothing on the line and both teams just kind of have a free roll. They do what they want. I'm going to go for 2-2. I think it'll be 2-2 this game.
2-2.
Yep.
2-2. I've gone 2-1 Fulham. I think there will be a very, very intriguing game as well. There is reports that apparently Wilfried Zaha has actually been offered a new contract by Crystal Palace. Do you think he should stay?
They're going to give him a lot of money then. What does he want? I think he wanted like $200,000 a week. So, I mean,
yeah.
Realistically, where can Zaha go? That's my biggest question to him. Where can you go? You can't go to any of the top 6 clubs, in my opinion.
No.
That's my honest opinion. Okay, if you want to go abroad, where are you going to go then? That's another big question for him. So, in all honesty, why don't you just stay at Crystal Palace and build a legacy? Now, you could possibly maybe win a League Cup, FA Cup some season, if you get lucky with the draws and that sort of stuff. But I think it's a good move for Zaha because we saw when he went to United, it didn't go well. Obviously, he was young then, but I think it's just best for him. Stay at Crystal Palace, enjoy your career, and maybe when you're 35, 36, go get money from somewhere else. I think that's the best decision for him because realistically, if I look at Europe, I don't really see a lot of clubs going for him because he's going to ask for a lot of money.
I think so as well. I, to be honest, I would say Palace. I think his sort of latter years are coming, and I think I think he'll definitely stay at Palace for me. All of our fans will be back in Bournemouth, of course we will be. I had Fulham to go down. I think everybody almost had Fulham to go down. I definitely had both them and Bournemouth to go down, and obviously big apologies, obviously Bournemouth. But look, I think Marco Silva's done a magnificent job. Mitrovic. They've got some fabulous players, have Fulham. Ellis sees goals, 3-2, she's saying. Shane's gone 2-1, the same as me. Sebastian's gone the same as Michael, 2-2. Carl's going for a dull 0-0 draw. Apparently he's so passionate out the window. Palace is a good club. Zaha should stay. Where would he move to? That is a very, very good question. Very, very good question. But I think we've probably answered that. And he will probably stay. It's bound to be an emotional day at Anfield on Saturday as Liverpool say goodbye to James Milner, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita and Roberto Firmino. I mean, let's be honest, Michael. Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain have been flops. Signings that would have worked. Yeah, would have worked if they weren't injured. But James Milner, probably going to go down as one of our greatest ever free transfers. And Roberto Firmino, both of them were signed in 2015 by Brendan Rodgers, of course. Both of them are going to be leaving legacies at Liverpool. Firmino, I've got to say, had it not been for his injuries, I think we would have seen a very, very good season from Roberto Firmino. But that 17-18 season, when we look back at Roberto Firmino's time at Liverpool, that was probably one of the best seasons he's ever had.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's going to be a very emotional day. Not for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita. Sorry, guys. You're very good players, but you really haven't offered... I mean, we've seen some nice goals from them. And obviously, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain scored that wonder goal against Man City in the quarterfinals. But to be honest, they've been major disappointments, especially Naby. Paid the big money for him and you flop like that. It's been terrible. James Milner is interesting because he wanted to stay, or Klopp wanted him to stay. Now, that's my biggest problem here. Okay, Klopp, you want him to stay, but you know that Milner cannot do a job anymore at the highest level in the football. Love Milner, great professional. What he has done is amazing, but it is time to move on. And I'm glad we're moving on from him, but take nothing away. He has been instrumental to, not on the pitch, I would say. On occasions, he does well, but just his leadership in the changing room, I think, has really galvanized the squad, and especially in the big moments. Now, for Bobby, I mean, I was there in 2016. Yeah, 2016, Villarreal's second leg at Anfield. I was 30 meters away from when he did that ridiculous turn on Soldado and basically sent him to early retirement. I will never forget that. I said, we have Jogo Bonito at Anfield. And what he did in that 17-18 season with the ponytail was something ridiculous. I've never seen... He kind of just not really defined the false nine, but he really took it to a next level at Liverpool. And I gotta be honest, like, even though I think it's the correct decision to move on, because you can clearly see he's very injury prone now. We cannot keep on signing these guys that are injury prone just for sentimental reasons and saying, oh yeah, we love you, can you just stay on? Bobby knows I don't think he can give the same output as he could back in the day to Liverpool, and I think hopefully Klopp realized that as well. But man, what a career for Bobby, and it's going to be an emotional day. And look, we're going up against Aston Villa, which is not going to be an easy game whatsoever because they got something to fight for, which is still European football. If I'm Liverpool, you got to be worried. You got to be worried because one thing is for sure, Unai Emery is a guy you don't mess with because tactically he knows how to get the best of the big teams, especially, he doesn't have the players maybe that want to play his way because that's why they're looking at Paul Torres from Villarreal. If they get him, my God, Aston Villa are trying to really build a squad here. Liverpool have to win this game. I think they're playing with confidence. We see the new role of Trent. It's working well, but I don't think this is a perfect Liverpool where I'm like, yes, confident we're going to win this game. I still see that defensively we are way too exposed. And that is a big problem when you're going up against Ollie Watkins, who really wants to run into the channels, I think. I think this is going to be a very narrow win for Liverpool. I'm going to go 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. 2-1.
Yeah, I was thinking between the lines of 2-1. I'm actually going one more. I've gone 3-1. I think it will be a... Obviously, we do have a job on the line. We still have to get the 3 points. If we're like 2-0 up, or 3-0 up, believe it or not, and we look at we're looking very, very good. I think that's the time to bring Bobby and Milner on, just as obviously say goodbye. I don't know if Naby's going to be fit. I haven't seen him in the training pictures. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has been in the training pictures. I think we potentially could see him as well, but we do have a job to do, and we do have to, get the win. So it's going to be a very, very emotional day on Saturday, but we have to get the 3 points. So yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. I think it will be a good game. Unfortunately, that will mean that Alisson Becker will not get the Golden Glove. I think he could only draw with De Gea, I think, as well. So it is a shame, but undoubtedly he's been our player of the season because without Ali, where would we be without him?
11th, 12th. We would be the same as Chelsea. Not even kidding. The amount of times he has saved us this season is ridiculous. Alisson is by far our player of the season. There is not even a discussion. Yes, people can say, look at Salah's numbers. I don't care. Salah, before, I would say January, February, was not playing well. And I don't think he's still playing at the level we know Salah. Alisson is consistently our best player. And that ain't a good thing, by the way. If your goalkeeper is consistently your best player, it ain't a good thing. But my God, some of the saves I see him making, just so commanding in the box. Thank God we have Alisson. If we had Mignolet or somebody else, we would be screwed. We would be screwed forever.
Absolutely, it certainly would be. Hella's going 2-2. I got a bit of thinking that Liverpool would drop points ahead of the top four. Who knows? Hello, Henry. Hope you're good. Shane's gone 2-0 Liverpool. Oxcare, forget about them. Big up chat. Hiya, Henry. 3-1 Liverpool to Sebastian. Respect Ox and Naby. Midfielders than Modric is afraid of. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't the biggest Bobby fan. Really found him frustrating, but wish him good luck.
Doug, do you remember when first season when under Brendan played him at one time at right wing back?
Yeah.
I lost it.
Didn't know what to do with him. Didn't know what to do with him.
He didn't. I mean, he's a clueless manager anyways.
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks. Public holiday here today. Been enjoying the wonderful weather. Hope your day's been good too. Yeah, happy birthday, Norway, I believe. Is it 100 years or something? I did see something about that, hell, anyway. Lost their front door key. Interesting. Maybe we'll see Bobby in the UEFA Champions League next season. Yeah, that's the thing I've been thinking about, Michael. Where do you think Bobby goes?
I actually have no clue. I think he is suited to either La Liga or Serie A. One of those two. I don't think he's going to stay in the Premier League. I don't know which club would really take him. I think he wants to start. So where could he realistically go? I don't really know. That's a big problem because it depends on how much wages he wants.
Yeah, I've been speaking to Sharma a lot, and he's actually been closely sort of eyeing up Firmino potentially for Inter, but I don't know if they'll be able to afford his wages or anything like that. But the only other thing I can think of is Barcelona.
Yeah.
Most people will end their careers there. Atletico Madrid was another one, but I
No.
just can't see him in a Simeone side. There's not many. I mean, back to Germany. Could he go back to Germany?
It's hard.
Aye, absolutely. Thank God isn't away 2-0 Liverpool. Yeah, 100%. Yes, I agree. 5-0 Liverpool. Goals from all our levers plus Arthur. Will he even get? Will he even get on the pitch, Velvashon?
Doubt
Will
it.
he even get that? We have to hope it is a draw tonight with Newcastle. Doug, is that Gundogan on with tonight?
I've gotten Kovacic, Gundogan. What else have I gotten? There was another player. I mean, I get all the names.
Yes, we are wearing the new kit. I did see that. Yes, we are wearing the new
It's so
kit.
basic. By the way, that kit is so basic. I can make that in 2 minutes. These Nike guys, man. I hate them. Oh, God, so bad.
Yeah, get us back to New Balance. And
They actually
stuff
made
like
good
that.
kits, New Balance. These Nike guys, they don't know what they're doing.
17th of May, our Constitution Day drinking in national costumes. Wow, I like the sound of that. AC Milan, we need a younger attacker. Munich love a free transfer, they do. Henry, I am going to be honest. I think it's our cleanest home kit for a long, long time. I think the one this season is just basic red, but this one, yes, it's obviously red, but it's got like white on it. Reminds me of a kit we had a couple of seasons ago, if I'm being honest. But,
Yeah.
but anyway, a massive, massive game at the bottom of the table because we've got Wolves against Everton. Now, Everton currently are sitting 17th outside the relegation zone, 1 point ahead of Leeds United. Were they to win, they would move on to 35 points. And the way things are going, I mean, for me, this is a good game for Everton, I think, because Wolves are on the beach. And we all know what happened the last time Everton went away from home. They beat Brighton 5-1, which I'm still questioning how that happened. But there is talk as well that Everton potentially could be getting new owners. Apparently, they're trying to get rid of Mashiri. And I've got to say, they have to get rid of Mashiri because his ownership has been a disaster.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to talk about Wolves. They're on the beach. What can we say? That performance they put up at Old Trafford was basically signaling, we're at the beach and we could care less. Just give us our paycheck and we move on. Now, if I was a Wolves fan, I would be pissed off because you pay good money to go away and your team performs like that. This is all in Everton. You got all the pressure on you. You got to win this game. If they win this game, I think they'll be fine then. I'm looking at the standings again. They're on 32 points. If they win, which I kind of fancy them to win, because I feel like this is a sort of game where you go away to a team who has nothing to play for. Now, if they went away to like Aston Villa or, I was going to say Brighton, but they went there to 5-1. But I feel like when it's like the business end of the season, this is a really difficult fare. But now, because they're going away to Wolves, I kind of feel like this has to be an Everton win. If they lose this game, who do they have on the final day? Do you remember, Doug? I think they have somebody tough. Oh, you know what? I think Everton might stay up then. I think they might win these last two games. I think they got really lucky with the fixture schedule at the end of the season. So, thinking about it, I mean, last week they went up against City. They withstood for like 50 minutes until Gundogan's ridiculous goal. I think this week it was brilliant. I think if they win here, they'll be fine. So I'm going to go Everton 2-1. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Everton. I think they just have enough. They have the motivation and Wolves don't.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've gone for. I think Everton win. And was that, if they were to win, they would move on to 35 points. And I think 35 points would be about enough. Yeah, I think so as well. This season's Cat Level 3. Yeah, well, I think the away one looks like a bit of a Minecraft kit, I'll be honest.
It's shit.
I don't like it. I like a clean one colour kit. Interesting. Yes, I agree. Bigger Dollars, hope you're well. Also, have you seen the new... don't know what that is. You need to elaborate. Wolves 0, Everton 4. I don't think it'll be 4-0, but it'll be something along something like the 2-0 says Hella. I think probably potentially that. Enjoy the rest of your stream, guy, before my live at 7. No problem. Oh, Shane's going Wolves 2, Everton 1. Have a great evening, Henry. Hello. Big up, Henry. Hope you're well today. Hello, Rich. Hope you're good. Carl's going 4-0 Wolves. Obviously, wanting Everton to go down. Evening, Rich. Hey, Hella. Everyone's saying hello to everybody as well. And, yeah, the next game is a Saturday tea time game. And again, well, if this was in the FA Cup, you'd be saying Nottingham Forest all day long. Nottingham Forest have Arsenal's number in the FA Cup. But it's in the Premier League. Now, let me be honest. Nottingham Forest last week against Chelsea, they should have won that game. They should have won that game, in my honest opinion. Arsenal were blown away by Brighton. Do you think it was just Arsenal just ran out of steam?
They just got outplayed. It's nothing about steam or energy. They just got outplayed. Brighton rocked up to the Emirates and said, we're going to play football, and Arsenal had no answer. So I think now, with only 2 games to go, I think all the motivation is gone for Arsenal fans and the players. I think they're done. They're looking to next season. I think the players kind of understand, look, we've given so much this season. We were great for majority, but now the last couple of weeks, I think once you're in a title race and you start to lose momentum, this is what happens. And once the play has gone worse and they lost a key player in Saliba, it's all gone downhill. Now, they're going away to Forest. That's not a ground you want to go to.
Not an easy game to go to.
Not an easy game, and especially because Nottingham Forest have something massive to play for, which is surviving in the Premier League. And they got some players. Taiwo Awoniyi, I really like Morgan Gibbs-White. I think he's a baller of a player. I think he should be at a top 6 club because that's how much I rate him. I think, yes, Nottingham Forest did well away at Chelsea last week, but who doesn't do that? Because that's Chelsea nowadays. Anybody can do it. I just think for Arsenal, they don't know what's really going to hit them at the Forest Ground. Is it the Forest Ground? That's the name of it, correct?
City Ground.
City Ground. Oh, Jesus Christ. City Ground. I don't think they know what's going to hit them because one thing is for sure, the crowd will definitely be up for it because they understand. If they win this game, Forest are going to basically survive in the Premier League, which would be a good achievement, but if they go down, they're financially screwed for a very long time because the amount of money they have put into this squad. So it's all come down to this. If Forest can win this game, they'll be fine. I don't think Arsenal really have anything to play for because obviously second place is pretty much solidified, and I think they understand. They look at Man City right now, they're like, hey, we ain't going to catch them. There ain't no way they're going to drop points. So I'm going to go with 2-2. I think Arsenal they'll put up a performance, but Forest just got some players up front that can really score goals. But defensively, they concede way too easy goals, in my opinion.
I absolutely agree with you, definitely. In fact, because of the fact that Arsenal don't have anything to play for, I'm actually going for a Forest win. I think if Forest were to win, they would move on to 37 points.
That's
and
enough.
I think that would be enough. That would be definitely enough. So yeah, I'm going 2-1 to Forest in this one. Let me see what some of you are saying. Rich says, last night pretty much everyone was saying they think Leicester and Leeds go down. It is looking that way. Sebastian, going along the same wavelength as me, 2-1 Forest. Reese Gaming Channel 1-1. Shane 1-1. Hello, Matt. Hope you're good. 2-1 Forest. 2-1 Arsenal. It's white with green squares, basically. That's what it is, Daz. It is not great. I don't like it. Not only Saliba, but Tommy Asu to cover. Nottingham Forest, now Arsenal 2. Interestingly enough, actually, my predictions go the way that they are. Everton would be on 35 points. Nottingham Forest would be on 37. So, actually, well, actually, yes, okay. The next game is Sunday, And it is West Ham United against Leeds United, the Big Sam derby, which I like to call it. Obviously, West Ham have a massive game tonight in Alkmaar. Big game. If they were to get to the final, they would absolutely deserve it, in my opinion, because I think last season I think they ran out of steam again against Eintracht Frankfurt, and Frankfurt were fantastic. They deserved to win this last season as well. But up against obviously Basel, the story of the Conference League for me. I mean, did they lose 6-1? Was it 6-1 at the weekend?
They lost 6-1 over the weekend, yep. But they rested their whole team, basically. They still lost 6-1.
To be ready for Fiorentina. I mean, Leeds, they were unlucky against Newcastle, I thought.
Yeah, because Patrick Bamford is a terrible striker.
I can't believe he took the penalty.
Hey, Doug, you could tell by his face that he was not confident scoring. The guy was shook. He was rattled. Why is he taking the penalty? Why? You have Rodrigo there. Hasn't this guy scored a couple penalties this season? I swear he has. You're getting into Bamford. Bamford should be playing at, I don't know where, Birmingham City. That's where he should be playing. This guy's not a Premier League striker.
Yeah.
I think the injuries really got to him, and the confidence is completely shattered. He looks like a broken striker with no confidence. And what's the one thing you need as a striker? Is some sort of confidence and some sort of belief. And this guy has nada. So if I'm Leeds, and if you go down, you just sell this guy. Doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
Just sell him to China for all I care. Because Patrick Bamford is not a Premier League striker. That is going to cost them. That penalty miss they had against Newcastle, where they could have gone 2-0 up, that is really going to cost, I think, Leeds their spot in the Premier League. Because they actually played a decent game. They only made individual mistakes, and that's why they drew the game, because they gave up 2 penalties. This is the problem. Sam Allardyce, well, I don't think he's really a good manager anymore. Obviously, I think back in the day, when he was in the Bolton and he was doing well, that's when you could really rate Sam Allardyce. Now, in 2023, no. I'm sorry. Okay, you gave him the job to survive Leeds, but you're giving him a shit ton of money. They're giving him stupid wages to keep them up. He has had the right tactics, but his players have let them down. And that's been the case now for Leeds the last 2 seasons. Too many individual mistakes. They can't get past it, and it's gonna cost their Premier League spot. Now, when it comes to this game against West Ham, I don't know what sort of squad West Ham are gonna field, because it depends on what happens tonight. Obviously, they're gonna rest some players over the weekend, but West Ham are not mathematically still surviving. They still have to get a point, but I think they might be really either emotionally gone or emotionally high off of the result tonight in the Netherlands. I'm gonna go. I really think Leeds are done after that game last week where they should have really won. Yeah, it's great that they came back and drew the game, but they should have won it. They had all the momentum, just individual mistakes. 2-2.
2-2.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go West Ham win. And if West Ham do beat Leeds with the results that I predicted, Leeds would be down. Yes, because 35 points, where Everton would be on 35 points, and they would be safe. So Leeds would be down as things would stand. The story's been brewing in the build-up, so I'm not surprised Toney got banned. West Ham 1, Leeds 1. West Ham 1, Leeds 1. Everyone seems to be going for 1-1. Oh no, hello and yes, Leeds win 1-0, says Ballon. 2-0 Leeds, says Carl. Shane going 2-1 Leeds. I know why that is. As a backup to Kane, I'm not missing them as there are other options such as Wilson, Edwards, and eventually Danny Loader. I don't know who Danny Loader is. That pen was so poor, I almost felt sorry for him. Leeds fans were upset when Bamford wasn't called up to Euro 2020. When he got his chance at home to Andorra, he didn't do anything. West Ham 1, Leeds 1. Allardyce was right to bring in Robles. Gracia should have done so too. Yeah, Meslier isn't great. I've got to be honest.
He's garbage. Yeah, don't be nice, Doug. Just tell him he's garbage.
Garbage. There you go. Chris Ross says, well, wasted journey for me. I thought I was in work, then I go in and they say, you're not supposed to be in today. Back home you go, Chris. Back home you go.
That was the worst
I've done that before. I've done that before. Back, Douglas. Just realised no more British biscuit seat. Oh, but Milner and Robbo. They're one of the best pair, those two.
Nah, just give it to Robbo McAllister. We'll just add some mate tea there instead.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Chris with his predictions here. Tottenham 1, Brentford 2. Ooh. Bournemouth and Man Utd 2. Fulham 2, Crystal Palace 1. Liverpool 0, Aston Villa 2. Ooh, okay. Wolves 1, Everton 2. Forest 1, Arsenal 1. And West Ham 1, Leeds 2. Very, very interesting, that one. We've got a South Coast derby. We've got a South Coast derby on Sunday, and it's Brighton against Southampton. Brighton. Absolutely amazing performance. And that Graham Souness saying, oh, De Zerbi, what's he going to bring to this league, is looking ever so like it's aging very, very well, like a fine wine. You have to give credit to Brighton, though. I mean, the way that they just played against Arsenal, you know, I never thought for one moment, Michael, that any time Arsenal went forward that they were scoring.
No. They're a beast, Brighton. The Seagulls shat on Arsenal at the Emirates. They shat on them. It was an absolutely 5-star performance. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Southampton are terrible. They can't stop conceding goals. They're done. They're at the beach. They're going to Brighton. There's a wonderful beach there full of rocks and pebbles. They can go chill there. Brighton are on form. Depending on what happens today, I don't think we're going to see a lot of rotation. I'm going to go 7-0 Brighton. Yes.
7?
Yeah. I think they're going to be... What I think is going to happen tonight is it's going to be 1-1. They're going to be pissed off. De Zerbi will come back with fighting words saying you're going to see the real Brighton again against Southampton. And it's going to be 7-0. Doug, when there's teams with no motivation like Southampton, and those players are clearly thinking about where their next club is and just trying to stay healthy, not trying to get any long-term injuries, they're done. Yes, you could be fighting, and you could be fighting maybe for a position next season in the championship. Those guys, Lavia's leaving, maybe Bazunu might go. I see a lot of those players. Nobody cares. I think they already confirmed Walcott's leaving at the end of the season. 7-0 Brighton. They're going to destroy them. Ferguson with a hat-trick.
7-0. My goodness me. Well, funnily enough, you said 7. I actually had 4-0. I have 4-0 on in my mind because, yeah, Southampton, I mean, it's just been too many changes in the playing staff as well. Look, I can understand when you bring in young players. You can bring in young players, but as long as you have a bit of experience as well. Southampton didn't do that. It was basically get this youngster, get this youngster, get this youngster, get this youngster. And it just hasn't worked. And yeah, Southampton are definitely finishing bottom.
Because Doug, remember one of the last couple of teams that went to Brighton and didn't have really anything to play for, Wolves? What happened to them?
6-0.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, well, I can watch the football tonight, says Chris. Absolutely. Edward. Oh, right, Loader playing Portugal. I've never heard of this Loader, I've got to be honest. Robbo doing McAllister, these digestive biscuits are exquisite. Yeah, but look at Salah, since he's missed those pens, he's hit both the ones down the middle. He has as it does. Helen says 3-0 Brighton. Chris saying 6-0. Sebastian 5-0. When does Souness ever get anything right?
Never.
Yeah, never.
Great player, terrible manager, even worse pundit.
Yeah. I was actually quite surprised he's actually 70 this year. I didn't realise he was 70.
That looks pretty good for 70. I'll give him that at least.
Yeah, it does. Sportcast gone 7-2, so thinks of a bit of a revival. Not really a revival, but Southampton getting a couple. Brighton 3-0. Brighton 3-0. Brighton 3-0. Hear me out signings. Ward Prowse for depth. Milner replacement because of versatility. No. Walker Pierce for right back. I like the sound of that.
Yep.
Bella Kotcha for centre back.
Yeah, I like that.
Alcaraz?
No, not proven enough yet.
No, definitely not. No, Michael, 7-up is only for Manchester United. What else?
Okay, actually, in that case, I'll change my prediction. I'll make it 8-0 Brighton. Doug.
8-0.
8-0.
Wow. 8-0.
Sorry, Saints fans, but you guys are terrible.
Yeah. Michael, since you created Serie A and other European leagues, who would be perfect for their midfield for us?
Yeah. Honestly, the perfect one would be Barella, but I know that's not going to happen. But Barella at Liverpool and that right center mid, that is what dreams are made of. I know that's not happening.
Absolutely. Brighton 3-2. Souness still better than Genius. Yes, I would agree with that. Well, it could be party atmosphere at the Etihad as a win or a draw will confirm Manchester City as champions once again. And they're playing Chelsea. Now, let me just be honest here. I think this is a case, Michael, of how many City could get. Because Chelsea are just conceding goals for fun. I know they beat Bournemouth, but I said it last week, that win at Bournemouth was a fluke. It was a fluke. And going away to Manchester City, they've already lost 4-0 there this season. I think City won 1-0, I think, at Stamford Bridge, or 2-0, I think it was. I mean, City destroyed Real Madrid last night. Absolutely destroyed them.
Yeah, and they're going to rotate players. So Alvarez will get a couple of goals. Mahrez will be cooking. Foden will be cooking. Yeah, Chelsea. If I'm Chelsea and Chelsea fans, don't even show up. Just keep the away section empty, because what's going to happen on Sunday is going to be a massacre. It's going to be a massacre. These City players, we might even see Calvin Phillips get some minutes. I wouldn't be shocked if he even starts. I think he might start, and he'll probably have something to prove, because all he's been doing is just sitting on the bench and just eating food, and that's why Pep called him overweight. Look, for Chelsea, they're all thinking about next season. I mean, some of those players, I think we even saw rumors today that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is going to go to AC Milan. Now, I don't know why AC Milan are going to go for him. He's an okay midfielder. I don't think he's really Milan level. Those players are not. They don't care anymore. It's evident. Frank Lampard is a garbage manager. I don't think he would do well in China. Generally.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even do well in the A-League in Australia. That's how bad of a manager he is. I've seen better managers in the 5th division here in Finland than Frank Lampard. This guy tactically. You know what he's going to do tactically? He's probably going to play a back five. He's probably going to play Conte in the cam role. And he's just going to tell Conte, yeah, you do box to box and do the creativity. Huh? Although I don't think Conte is going to play. I think he might be injured. Anyways, he'll probably tell that to Gallagher. Gallagher against that City midfield. Yeah, good night, Chelsea. I'll be respectable. I'll give them a goal. 4-1.
4-1. I've gone 5-0. I've gone 5-0.
Oh, wow. You're even more harsh than me.
Yeah, I've gone 5-0. I cannot see Chelsea getting anything from this game. And City will be confirmed as champions.
Although I think they can be champions before the game. I think if Arsenal drop points.
I believe if Arsenal lose, then I think that'll be it. Yep. I think that'll be it. 7 episodes of Scunthorpe. Man City 6, Chelsea 0. Man City 3-0. Reece being a bit conservative. Matt going 4-0. Hella's going 5-0. Chelsea can also hold 7 up. I will let you have that one, Michael. And this game is on my birthday as well. Oh, happy birthday, Sport Cat. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just think Chelsea just won this season over and done with anyway. Carl's gone Chelsea 3, City 3. I don't see that, but we'll see. Even if you play the whole youth team, they still beat Chelsea. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, look at Arthur Melo testimony came into the season. Who knows? Erling Haaland to score 6. I think it could be a good weekend to triple captain. I've still not used my triple captain in Fantasy Premier League, so I might do that one.
I don't think he's even going to start. I think he's going to start Julian Alvarez.
Interesting. AC Milan go for the strangest signs, but end up working. I remember they wanted Kabak Keita last season, and now they want Cheeks. Yeah, I know. When was the last team you actually predicted Chelsea to win? Ages ago. Mike, Lampard, Sampioli, and Berhalter, their Vibes Club.
They all got a golden ticket. They got the VIP entrance to the Vibes Club.
I didn't realize Berhalter had actually left the United States, has he?
He doesn't have a contract anymore, but we still don't have a manager. It's a mess, the US national team. I don't even want to discuss about it.
No probs. City 3-0, Sebastian going for 7-0. I still have WordPress on my Fantasy Premier League. It worked last season, but not this season. And City 5, Chelsea 0, says Chris Welsh. Right, we have 3 more games because there are 2 on the Wednesday and the Thursday. But this could be the last dance for Leicester City. Newcastle United against Leicester City. Newcastle have a big game against Brighton this evening. That is a 7:30 kickoff. But I mean, again, I said it for a number of weeks for saying that this is a case of how many for City. How many could Newcastle get against this Leicester? Because Leicester, I mean, it's a team of individuals, first of all.
Yep.
Dean Smith is not a great manager. I didn't think he was the right person to come in, especially. But look at what Leicester did against Liverpool. 1 shot on target the whole game. Alisson was being Alisson, Becker, Neuer, sweeper, keeper, and all this lot as well. But look, Newcastle, if they scored 5 in 21 minutes against Tottenham, just think how many they could get against Leicester. I mean, if Leicester lose, they're gone anyway. I mean, Michael, did you ever think Leicester City would go down this season?
The biggest problem for them was they didn't sack Brendan Rodgers early enough.
Yeah.
That really killed them. I think because obviously the owner had a real, relationship with Brendan Rodgers and thought, okay, I got to keep him. He brought us FA Cup glory. He almost brought us to top 4 in back-to-back seasons. I'm going to give him all the time in the world. And then it reached to a breaking point where I think the players probably went to the owner and said, yeah, this guy, he's a clueless dude. And they got rid of him. They bring in Dean Smith of all guys. Look, Dean Smith is an okay manager. He's a championship manager, all right? He's a championship manager. He ain't no Premier League manager. So this is the problem. Now they have done some really... Now, I know they were financially kind of cash-strapped because of COVID, because the owner, they have a business that goes through the airport. I can't remember exactly. I think in Thailand, of course, where a lot of the business goes through the airport. So obviously, during COVID, they didn't get a lot of income. So they haven't really been able to spend money like the other clubs in the Premier League, like Wolves, like Nottingham Forest, like Everton. And that's really kind of hurt the squad badly because you could say some of those players, Tielemans doesn't care one bit.
No.
Wood-Feist might be one of the worst signings this season. Terrible.
Yeah.
They have no goalkeeper. Everson or Danny Ward are terrible. If I'm just looking at Leicester, they have just done so many bad deals. Motivation is gone with the players. And it's kind of really a sad downfall. From champions of England 7 years ago to consistently fighting for the top 4 in consecutive seasons from 2019 to 2021 to winning the FA Cup to winning the Community Shield to this.
Yeah.
It really is sad, but I feel like they will bounce back immediately because they have some quality players. I think some guys like Harvey Barnes will stay. Madison is gone. It's just, I think the best thing for them is they get relegated and just start again, refresh. They just got to go with a new manager, new players who want to actually be there and play for the badge because right now, some of those guys could care less. They could care less. They're going to St. James's Park. It's a Monday night, right, Doug?
It's a Monday night, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Monday Night Massacre. That's what I'm calling it. It's a massacre at St. James's Park. 4-0. Because
4-0.
Because Newcastle, I'm expecting a draw today between Newcastle and Brighton 2-2. Newcastle have to win that game. I mean, if they draw or lose to Leicester, top 4 might be, but adios then. It still won't be mathematically adios, but then all Liverpool have to do is go away to Southampton and United are playing at home to Fulham. Newcastle got to win that game. Now, I think they can handle the pressure, and they're lucky they're going up against Leicester because of all teams, this team, they can't defend. They can't score. So if I'm Newcastle, you're praying to the gods and saying thank you that we got Leicester City of all teams, and it should be a massacre 4-0.
4-0. I had 3-0 written down, but I just think the way Wout Weghorst defended the other night.
You know what's funny, Doug, about Wood-Feist is that he was actually Liverpool's top goal scorer for a couple weeks in 2023.
It was.
What do you think has been the biggest problem with Leicester? Do you think it's just been ownership, or just they didn't sack Brendan Rodgers early enough, or what do you think has been the biggest problem with them?
I think it's been a collective of things. Didn't sack Brendan Rodgers soon enough. The recruitment's been dreadful. Christensen. I think he started out well, but I think now people are obviously seeing that if you play in a very, very poor Leicester side, you are going to concede goals. Goalkeeper, that's the big one. They didn't replace Kasper Schmeichel. And letting a club captain go is one thing as well, but letting their most sort of cap player, obviously in the team, go for £1 million. That was all that Nice paid for Schmeichel. £1 million. Yeah, I think it's going to be a Monday night massacre. I'm actually going to go one more than you. I'm going to go 5-0 Newcastle, and I think that's by Leicester. Well, it would be by Leicester. Anyway, oh Jesus Christ! Fun fact: 40% of Southampton points have come from Chelsea.
Hey, and Southampton stopped the quadruple for City as well.
Yeah, they did. Good old Nathan Jones.
You know what's actually funny, Doug, about Nathan Jones is he stopped the quadruple for Man City, and then as soon as he got sacked, Luton Town are one game away from the Premier League.
I know, it's absolutely mental, and that ground holds 10,000.
That is a proper English stadium if I've ever seen one. That is proper English. Love it. They don't play the most attractive football, Luton Town, but I would love to see them in the Premier League. That would be
100%.
That would be amazing.
100%.
And same with Coventry City, because they've had a lot of financial trouble. They weren't even able to play in their stadium because of what was it called? What's the word in English? God, I can't remember the English word for it. Is it hosting? No, it's not hosting rights. Doug, what am I missing? I'm missing the word here. That they didn't have the rights to their stadium.
Didn't have the rights to their stadium. And I think they had to buy it off Wasps, because Wasps rugby.
Oh, the rugby team.
Yeah, because they played at the Rico. They played at the Rico.
Yeah, so it's a great rise for both teams. They both were in League One. Actually, I think Luton Town was in the National League, if I'm not mistaken.
2018, Luton Town against Coventry was a League 2 fixture. A couple of years later, it was a League 1 fixture. And now, obviously, it is a Championship fixture. And now it's a fixture to get into the Premier League. It's just...
Wow. What a rise.
Stories are just made out of them. And look, I don't mind who comes up now. I would love Luton to come up. But Coventry, I remember Coventry under George Burley. That 2000-2001 season is one to remember for them. I think they finished, 6th or 7th. So they got into the UEFA Cup. George Burley was named manager of the season as well. It's so good to see Coventry back up there. And look, next Monday, not next Monday, the Monday after that is going to be a hell of a final. Really looking forward to that game. Newcastle 6, Leicester 0. Newcastle 4, Leicester 0. 4-0. 4-0. Newcastle 3-1. Big game for FaZe. Thought his link-up play was very good last game. Got the pre-assist for Jones goal off the ball. Elite, very unlucky not to score. Newcastle 3, Leicester 0. Leicester really need Potter. He would do well there.
Yeah.
No way Leicester go up first time. Too many players leaving, some free as well. We'll wait and see. Let's get relegated. Go get Gerrard and build up from there. If not, Leicester then Southampton. Good thing Jesse Marsh didn't go to Leicester. You go for him if you're struggling in attack, not just defensively. Leicester got offered 8 mil for Quebec, but chose to sign FaZe for 17 million. Sorry. Really like Toney, but deserves to take his medicine. And needs to take consequences for his actions. If Trippier gets banned for it, he should as well. Slap on the wrist, don't do it again. Simple. Brentford will need a striker in the summer, otherwise they could be worried for the first half of the next season. But I wish these cottage of Herberts will bugger off making it into something it's not. Hello, Spider. Crack lads. I think Newcastle won, Brighton 2. I think Klopp missing versus Villa for us is the reason for my 2-0 Villa prediction. Elliot Anderson better get a goal contribution against Leicester. Gerrard will be there in the Championship. Luton Town atmosphere to say atmosphere. Absolutely. Even in non-league, Luton were getting love because of the FA Cup upsets. Absolutely. We should be wanting new teams in the Premier League instead of the same old boring teams. Coventry versus Real Madrid Champions League final. That is wishful thinking. That is wishful thinking. And hello, Arpon, as well. We do have 2 more games to predict, and one of them, I think this is going to be a cracking game. Brighton against Manchester City. 2 sides who like to pass the ball, 2 sides who like to attack. This game actually finished 3-1 to Manchester City earlier in the season. And obviously, Trossard scored in that game as well. How do you see this one going? This is a very interesting one, I think.
This is difficult because I think it would come down to just what team Man City really line up with. Because that game earlier in the season, Brighton had more possession than City. At City.
Yeah.
Not many teams can say that. And Brighton did that. That just shows the sort of cojones that De Zerbi has, that no matter what opponent, he will want to play his football. And that's very admirable. And I really respect that with De Zerbi. But you're going up against Man City, and these guys, I mean, they're just a freak train at the moment. Nothing can stop them. So I think it's going to be very high scoring. Should be a fascinating game. It will be interesting to see also what Brighton are playing for. Because if they're still in a top 4 race, they're going to give their lives for this game. They're going to give their lives.
Yeah.
And even though, we could probably see McAllister and Caicedo, I think they're definitely leaving in the end of the season. This just shows you that maybe De Zerbi knows, the club know, okay, these 2 guys are going to leave. They're still performing at a high level. And that just shows that they have respect for the club and they want the club to do better. Ooh, this is a tough one to call because I don't really know how this is going to go. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think both teams will concede goals here. 2-2.
2-2.
Yep.
I've gone 3-2 City.
I was thinking either 3-2, 2-2, or 3-2 for City. I was going one of those ways.
Yeah, I think it could be a very, very high scoring game. Definitely. Brighton 2, Man City 1. Everyone seems to be going for Brighton wins. There you go. Brighton 2, Man City 1. City will already be champions. They will be.
Yep.
Commentary, I have memories from my second away day. The commentary ultras were all teenagers, and we sang "If You Can't, You Can't Bang a Drum."
Oh no! Don't sing the rest, Doug. don't say the rest, Doug.
City 2. I won't. 3-2 Brighton, City already champions by then. Yeah, I've just seen it.
Good.
McAllister hat trick. Brighton 1, Manchester City 2. Yeah, man, I'm not putting that up, I'm afraid. And the final game to predict is Manchester United Chelsea. I mean, I think Man United fans will be pretty happy that basically they are at home. I mean, Chelsea do actually have a good record against Manchester United, but
yeah, they do.
You have to fancy United.
I need to see the record of this tie because it's been a lot of draws recently between these 2 opponents. Give me a second, Doug. It's been a lot of draws recently between these 2. Wow, it has been 5 draws in a row.
Wow.
1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 0-0, 0-0, Chelsea 3-1, and the last time United beat Chelsea was 2-0 back in February 2020.
Oh my gosh.
But they're going up against Frank Lampard, so, I mean. If there's a man to break records, it is Frank Lampard. He was trying to get 2 teams relegated in the same season, Everton and Chelsea, and this guy doesn't know tactically what to do. United are at home. They should be winning this game. Funny though, all Liverpool fans will probably be Chelsea fans. They're just going to be saying Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea on Thursday. It's Thursday night, right? The game?
Yeah, next Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, all I can think of is that it's a United win. I think Chelsea, they'll go there to play football, but they're just going to get exposed. They're going to get exposed, so 2-0 United.
Well, I'm going for the exact score that Frank Lampard had in his first ever match at Manchester United as charged as Chelsea. I'm going 4-0.
Woo!
I'm going 4-0 Manchester United.
But Doug, United don't have those goal scorers to score 4 goals. That's the problem. What are you gonna trust Weghorst?
No, I'm not gonna trust Weghorst. No, I think it'll be boring. I think it will be just a drab affair. But I'm going to go 1-0 Man United because I just cannot trust Chelsea. I can't at this moment in time. Lampard, you have one job. He certainly does. Chris Roosevelt, one very opinionated man, and I love it all. I'm getting his notifications from his Instagram, giving his opinion on any sport. Matt's going 2 on Man United. Man United 1, Chelsea 1, always draw. Cheers for beer. I love giving my opinions, me talking the truth. The only game I want Chelsea to win, 1-0 Chelsea, De Gea own goal.
If somehow there's a De Gea blunder in that game, I think if that's not an indication to move on from this goalkeeper, I don't know what is to Ten Hag.
Absolutely. 2-0 Man United, 3-0 Manchester United. Chelsea in a stag week to Manchester. I don't want either to win. I don't like either team. It's like choosing which disease to live with for the rest of your life.
Wow.
Anyway. But yes, guys, that is match week 37 done and dusted. And yes, next week is the final week of the Premier League season. And obviously, with the results that we've obviously predicted, the relegation will obviously be decided. And then it's just a case of obviously top 4 European places being decided. Obviously, champions will be decided as well. But yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. But a big thank you to Michael for coming on as well. Tell the people where they can find you.
Michael Talks Football on YouTube. Then my name. That's my Twitter handle. Remember, guys, to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are new around here for Dugout Football Channel, always great to talk with Doug, and especially about the Premier League, because this is a very competitive league. But tonight is the big games of the Europa League and Conference League. So if you want to join me after the games and discuss about them, you are more than welcome to do so, because if Basel win, they are creating history. I think, though, Switzerland then will finally have, for the first time ever, a European final from a club. So history could be made today. So I'm all for Basel, because they're the story for me this season. And yeah, let's see if Mourinho can make it to another Europa League final. But Doug, thank you as always for having me on. And remember, guys, to hit the like button.
Absolutely, and I'm just kind of hoping that Xabi Alonso does Xabi things and gets through with Bayer Leverkusen. That would be lovely. That'd be lovely to see. But Velvishwan, Jesus Christ! Next month we get to see Mbaya, Clarkson, and Morton Ball.
I swear. If Liverpool only signed one midfielder this summer, I'm actually going to be done with this club. I really am, Doug. They're going to tell us. Guys. They're going to tell us that Morton and Jones and Trent are our new midfielders. If that's the case, I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your evening, everyone. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, obviously, Newcastle against Brighton kicks off at 7:30. That's a big game as well. And then at 8 o'clock, you have obviously got the Europa Conference League and the Europa League as well. But the season is drawing to a very, very close. And yeah, we shall see what happens at this weekend anyway. But thank you very much for watching. And it's good night from both of us.